to another Horror Review Sunday. I'm excited to talk about this movie I've been wanting to talk about for quite some time now, and that is Frailty. This to me is one of the most overlooked hidden gems of the 2000s period, really, but it's definitely up there for a favorite horror film of the 2000s. Easily my favorite movie of this year, 2002, and this stars Bill Paxton. This is directed by Bill Paxton and produced by David Kushner. If you are a Child's Play fan, you recognize that name. This stars also Matthew McConaughey, Matt O'Leary. This has music by Brian Tyler, who's done hundreds of movies. And this tells the story about a dad and his two sons. One day, the dad gets a vision from God. He tells the sons that they have been selected to do God's work and that there's demons amongst them and that Judgment Day is coming and it's up to them to put a stop to these demons and go kill them. And one son believes the dad, he's on board 100%, and the other son, who's a little bit older, is like, our dad's gone nuts. I need to tell somebody. We need to run away. And it's just a constant tension building, awesome journey from beginning to end. This movie has like no flaws. There are no negatives for me to say. No negatives, period. Just like when I reviewed Friday the 13th Part 4, which I know some of you would have negatives with that movie because it's just a typical slasher, but it's the best slasher out there. This movie is not a slasher, it's a thriller mystery, and it's the best one. This has no cons, nothing. You could nitpick maybe one or two things, maybe. I didn't find anything, but it's all flawless. Like, the kids were good, the acting overall is good, the storytelling, Bill Paxton's direction, just love the way the story slowly unfolds and starts to peel back the onion and reveal twist after twist towards the end. Everything's on point. This movie fires on all cylinders. The tone is consistent. It doesn't go for gore or violence. It shies away from that, but it's still dark. I just love how Bill Paxton and the writer of this movie were able to succeed at keeping you guessing throughout the whole movie. Like, is Bill Paxton's... He doesn't even have a name. At the end, it just says Dad. So he's just credited as Dad. I don't think he has a name. So the dad, they keep you guessing throughout the whole movie. Like, is he nuts? Is he telling the truth? Is the son also seeing things like the dad says he's seeing the evil in these people, and the son claims that he sees it too, but you're like, well, he's just a little kid. Is he seeing things? Is he just full of shit too? Just it makes you ask all these questions and you're curious to find out what's really going on. It's just an intriguing story throughout. It paces very well. It's told through stories. It has flashbacks. It goes from present day to 1979. It references the 79 films like The Warriors. It looks like the 70s. And it even does a good job very quickly setting up these characters as a family and showing you what their life was like before all the madness and how close they were together and how happy they were before this unfortunate turn of events. There's also some really good cinematography and some very cool looking scenes like the barn with the God's light shining into it and the way the rose garden looks. It has kind of a horror movie type of atmosphere with like a very bright moon and fog in the background. So it's got like that 70s, 80s horror flick like atmosphere to it. So it looks good. It's acted good. The story's perfectly told by Bill Paxton, and this writer directed great. And it just has some twist at the end, not just one. It's like, here's this twist, here's this twist. It just pulls the rug out from under you. It's a flawless movie to me. I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. So when it comes to Frailty, high recommendation from me. Go out and buy it because to me, this movie is a masterpiece. Alright, now let's get into a quick spoiler discussion so I can actually talk about this great story in full detail. So we open up, we get Peyton Meeks. His name's Fenton Meeks, played by Matthew McConaughey. He comes into the FBI headquarters, tells the FBI, like, look, my brother is the God's hand killer. And we see Adam killing himself. Now, this isn't really Adam. That's one of the twists at the end. This is a spoiler discussion, so I hope you've seen the movie. So that's just a great twist, because the whole story is being told by Matthew McConaughey, who's saying the whole time that his name is Fenton and that his brother Adam was the God's hand killer. But at the end, we find out that's not true. The suicide that we see at the beginning, we see, who we think is Adam shooting himself, but that never happened. And so that was just a great twist. And then, the FBI agent like calls the sheriff's office. The receptionist says the sheriff's not in yet. Well, he's not in yet because he's out there talking to the FBI agent. We find out that Matthew McConaughey, aka Adam, is the sheriff. Another little twist in the movie. And he stole the ambulance and his brother's body, drove there because he promised his brother that he would bury him at the Rose Garden. And then we get introduced to the family, and they seem very happy at first. They're talking about school. How's your day been? Very happy family with some good chemistry, and you're hooked in already. You're like, all right, I'm on board. Love these characters. Let's see where this goes. And then the dad gets a vision, and the one son's like, tell me more, and the other one's like, you're full of shit. So right away, there's some tension in the family already. And the dad goes to the barn. He sees the Otis axe. I'm not sure what Otis means. Is that the name of the angel? What's that? Does that axe belong to Otis from the Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses? So yeah, he finds the axe. And I just like that scene, like the barn, just that shot looks cool. And then he gets the list, and I liked this little humorous moment where the son makes up his own list. Like, oh, God sent me a list of people to kill too. Look, Travis, my bully at school. Dad's like, be honest, did you write that? It was just a funny moment. And so then they get the first victim, this woman, and they chop her up into pieces. It's all off screen. There's no gore in the film or anything. It's not trying to go for gross out gore and violence. It's very held back. It's not trying to be a slasher or anything. So, and I feel like that was done on purpose. Like they could have went that route, and gorehounds everywhere would love that, but it wouldn't fit this tone of the film that they're going for. They're not trying to make a bloody slasher movie, but there is blood in the movie. But yeah, just them in the garden with body bags of pieces, putting it in the garden. It's like he has to drag his family into this for some reason because the angel told him to. I'm not sure why. He's like, God or the angel told me specifically that I have to drag you all into this mess and recruit you, and we got to do this together as a family for some reason. And then once the son, Fenton, is putting up, resistance, like, this is bullshit, I'm going to tell on you, the angel tells him that you got to kill your son's a demon. So it's kind of like, Abraham having to kill his son Isaac. Meanwhile, it keeps cutting back and forth to, the FBI headquarters, and they keep bringing up the mother of this agent. They show the picture a couple of times. Adam keeps asking him questions, and you don't think about it too much, but there's a reason. That's one of the twists at the end, which was another great twist. He's there because of the death of that woman. Like, the agent goes, yeah, some madman killed my mom a couple of nights after that picture was taken. The killer was never found. And you kind of just forget about that information, but then at the end you find out that this FBI agent killed his mom for no reason. We never find out. Maybe he's just a demon, right? He's a demon. He's crazy. Killed his mom, got away with it, and that was just another awesome twist. Like, holy shit. His name was on a list for Adam to kill. That's why he went there. And he just, that was his way of luring him out there to hit him over the head and kill him, was by going in there pretending to be his brother, confessing to these murders. That was just all part of the plan to get him out there to kill him. Oh yeah, there's even one moment where the FBI agent says, like, you should be a cop. It's like, he already is one. So that was just like a little subtle clue, like, yep, he is a cop. And then they get the second victim, who ends up being a pedophile, child murderer, but you don't know that until the end. So at some point, the kid does tell the cops, he tells the sheriff comes by, he's not believing a single word, isn't cautious when he gets there. I don't know why he wouldn't take him seriously a little bit, like, he's just kind of an idiot. But he gets killed, and the dad's like really pissed off, like, this is the first person I've actually killed, the other people didn't count, they were demons. This completely destroyed, his sanity, like Fenton's. But I guess he was a demon the whole time. I'm not sure at what point he was a demon. I don't think he was born a demon. And what are the demons in this movie? They're not demons like we see in movies, like, Evil Dead or something. They're just bad people, or are they really demons from hell? They seem to just be normal people who do bad things, but that makes them demons? They're just murderers. So, I don't know, like, he calls his son a demon, or he is told that his son is a demon when he hasn't committed any crimes yet. So, he's going to be a murderer at some point, whether all this happened or not. I don't know. So, that's interesting. But yeah, these demons aren't like demons that we see usually. They're just bad people. So then the son tells the dad what he wants to hear to get out of the cellar. They go and kidnap this fourth victim, take him back, and he has the axe, and instead of killing him, he chops at his dad. The dad whispers something to the son and bleeds out and dies, and then they bury the dad. But Adam, the little kid, picks up the axe and finishes the job and chops at the guy. And so then when they're burying the bodies, Adam's like, or Fenton is like, bury me here when you have to kill me later on, or destroy me. Basically admitting that he is a demon, I guess. And that's the twist there. That's when that's revealed. Like, oh shit, if he's saying that, that means that the guy who's telling the story isn't Fenton, it's Adam. And then we see the real events from the beginning. It wasn't Adam shooting, or Fenton shooting himself. It was Adam going in, hitting him with the lead pipe, and dragging him off and killing him. So, but also, I guess, meanwhile, the reason why Fenton became on, a name on Adam's list was because he was going around killing innocent people. Like, he was doing the same thing that his dad was doing, but he was actually killing people. He wasn't killing demons. He got crazy and just started killing people, leaving notes so that his brother would find out about it and find him and kill him. So I think that's what was going on there. And then we find out that the agent killed his mother, and Adam puts his hand on his wrist, sees the flashback, he sees all the evil, and because of him touching him, it makes the agent so weak. He starts falling down, he's unconscious. There's a line earlier, Bill Paxton says, we can kidnap this guy in broad daylight because God's gonna blind everybody to our quote unquote crimes here. No one's gonna see a thing. And you thought that was probably bullshit then, yeah, whatever. But then at the end, it's 100% true. God is blinding people. Even surveillance cameras won't capture them. We see a surveillance tape of Matthew McConaughey in the FBI lobby, and the footage is all jacked up. You can't see his face. God is tampering with the cameras so that he can fulfill his work and do all the killings for him. So yeah, that actually was true when Bill's character said it. God is blinding them. And then Adam is the sheriff. He handshakes the one agent, and he's like, "You're a good man." So I guess he saw some visions of good things that he was doing in his life. That's the end of the movie. So yeah, all of it was true. Bill Paxton's character did see visions from God. He, for some reason, had to recruit his kids too. Not sure why. And he should have killed his son, I guess, because that's what God and the angels told him. But he didn't listen, and he paid the price for it. And now Adam's going to continue God's work. What did you think about Frailty? Put all your thoughts in the comments below if you've even seen it. And as always, if you like what you've seen and you want to see more, hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.